Read, nigga, read!
Hello everyone and welcome to the Darkness, and I am DarknessStone. And today we're talking about a person who I once showed great praise for in a video against Doxxing, and how, because they did something good once, doesn't mean that they are immune from criticism for their actions and their immature behavior. We are talking about Madam, and yes, I know how to pronounce it this time. I recently I mean like a month or two ago, I praised her. But now let's get into the history of this shit show. And note, I found this out from a person called Nani, so go support her and go sub to her. It's where I got most of my screenshots and proof, so they deserve credit. And remember that. Credit is an important part of this video. So there are two main players in this shit show. Slimers, the victim, and Madam, the perpetrator. And here are the standards for before they met. Madam was a YouTube channel known as a Leafy clone. Bleach and blunts and nose and all. Has a little bit over 50k subscribers and is well known for her current escapades suing Doxxing, which I still agree with, but it's what she is best known for. Slimers was a fan of Matt that made fan art that made Madam scream because of how much she loved the art. He even made her profile picture and banner in some places. Now, Slimers is a minor, I believe around 15, and doesn't have a PayPal for her art. Note, her art is amazing and has a really defined style. I mean, look at this art. As well, she's a fan of Night in the Woods, one of my favorite kind of people. Now, onto the drama. Madam approached Slimers to draw stills for her videos, like the stills you see of me right now. And for someone to draw artificially for a YouTuber that they love, that's a no-brainer. Of course they want to do it. But there's a problem. Slimers is underage, so they do not have a PayPal. So either Madam or Slimers offers credit, which both of them take. And with Slimers happy with this, they start making the art. And so Madam and Slimers start talking on Discord and talking about the art and become friends apparently. And during that time, Madam and Slimers also traded phone numbers. But with Slimers not having a number, Slimers gave a number from a phone call app that they were able to use. This is important later. According to Madam, she was saying that Slimers was extremely obsessive towards Madam, which she shows no proof for, even in her own video that is 35 minutes long, mind you, and says that Slimers lied about several things, which again, she has no proof for. After 2 weeks, Madam got her art in her poses and used them in a thumbnail. Note, after this whole situation, Madam complains that it took 2 weeks, even though it was free, and that Slimers is around 15, and should also be in school, so they can't spend all day doing art.
Because your girl had to wait 2 weeks for stills, and I'm just like, oh, should I have commissioned someone else? Like, I know she couldn't get paid because she doesn't have a PayPal, but I literally said I would do all of these things for her, and it's almost like they're not taking this as a commission. It's almost like I requested this or something. Like, no, this is a commission.
It's going to take a while, especially with Slime's high skill level. And for those poses in art, all Slimers asked for was credit. Madam originally agreed to shout Slimers out in a video and link to them in the description every time their art was used in a video. After Madam posted a video called Responding to My Biggest Hater, where she used Slimers' art, Slimers didn't get the credit she asked for, so she commented asking for it, which Slimers explains that they shouldn't have done, and they should have messaged Madam. Slimers admit that they did wrong, and I believe they deleted their comment. But then Slimers posted to one of their spam accounts, which is mostly used for venting about how they weren't credited but were still excited. Madam only saw the comment from Slimers at the time, and that somehow broke Madam. She lashed out saying fuck the video shoutout after that comment, and saying that she's only going to give credit in the description because that's what Madam said Slimers wanted from doing that comment. Even though Slimers only asked her for credit, and Madam knows the outlines and the concept of the deal and should have known what Slimers was talking about and what they meant. Slimers then apologizes about the comment, saying that they were upset for not being credited, which is fine, it's completely understandable. I'd be upset too, admitting that they were in the wrong there, which is nice. It takes a mature person to admit when they fuck up. It takes an immature person to make a 35-minute video with no proof and trying to gain some sympathy because they fucked up. Madam then says Slimers was lucky that Madam saw the comment saying that YouTubers stop reading comments after the 2-day period or after the upload goes live. And Madam, you're not the end-all say-all. That's what you do. Not all YouTubers. I know many that read comments from videos about a year or two back about how much they improved. Then she did properly credit Slimers, but sadly, that didn't last long. Madam then says she will credit properly in the future, and as someone who feels like they caused a mistake, and to avoid future mistakes, Slimers try to clear everything up with a small recap, and ending it off by saying they will delete their comment, where they apologize multiple times in the same paragraph. Then, after they talk it out shortly, a minute or two later, a friend of Slimers who saw their event on their spam blog commented saying that Slimers didn't get credited and asked for them to be credited. This was one comment. One comment. If Madam's walls shatter after one comment, I have no idea how she's handling your channel right now. Like, if she's a Leafy clone, all that bleach must be making her lose brain cells. Ugh. After the comment, she snapped at Slimers, saying that she doesn't want to work with Slimers because Slimers sent people to attack her, which they did nothing of the sort. And maybe if Madam actually talked to Slimers like a mature adult, instead of blogging her like a child after she said Slimers was nice at first, maybe they could have found an actual problem and fixed it. But no, she blocked Slimers without a second thought. Slimers then messaged Madam on Instagram, asking her to talk this out like adults instead of running away in a childish manner, saying how it wasn't an attack and how it was one of their friends who cared about Slimers. Madam then goes in a fucking screaming fit about how Slimers was being unprofessional. Really? Look in the mirror. Even though she blocked Slimers. When Slimers offered to give her proof that they didn't send anyone to attack her, how it was only a post on one of their spam accounts and it was on one of their Instagram stories, Madam called their stories shit and saying that she would never watch them, which is uncalled for. Which is again childish. I mean, just look at her word vomit. Slimers then asked why Madam is being so mad and short-tempered, then showed Madam proof that how their story was not an attack. And for some odd reason, Madam thought it would be a bright idea to take away the credit from her My Biggest Hater thumbnail, which again had Slimers' art in it, as some kind of punishment. Even though Slimers made the art for the thumbnail. Seriously, Madam, the bleach is really starting to get to you. She put down in the description, thumbnail credit. None, because they are being unprofessional. That's pretty unprofessional in and of itself. That's not how credit works, Sweet Pea. Now, two things that pissed me off. Madam claims that Slimers lied about being sexually assaulted by someone, I won't say who to keep some of their privacy intact, which they gave legal proof to Nani, which is good enough for me, and that Slimers almost got fucking doxxed by Madam. I find it fucking awful that they need to give proof because a YouTuber they looked up to so much and trusted as a friend at one point wants to use it against them, trying to say it was fake even though they have no fucking proof for it. And Madam, you say you're a victim yourself. How does that make sense? You want to make Slimers prove it? Prove it your fucking self. Put out your police report. Send it to Nani. Maybe she can be the median in this. Or don't. I doubt you will. Like, Madam, you are a seriously fucking sick person if you try to use that against them because you think they wronged you. Now, the docs. Remember how earlier I said Slimers gave Madam a phone number from a phone app? Because Slimers is lucky that they did. Because Madam released it as an immature version of their revenge, and Slimers was so lucky it was fake. Madam released it on her Instagram story in a mix of emojis, like it absolves her if the number was real and Slimers got harassed. Someone like Madam has begun to shine their true colors, and it's fucking pathetic. Madam, you are my age. You should be more mature than this. Hell, I'm sure Greg could use this against you in court to prove you were unstable. Madam then made a 35-minute video with a starting skit of her pretending to call the police about being cancelled with furries after her. And man, I had to stop my brain cells from falling out of my nose by holding my nose like this. Oh god, it's gonna flood out of my mouth. The cringe is coming. She then said Slimers was obsessive and lied so much while talking to Madam, with zero proof, only showing 2 screenshots throughout the whole 35-minute video on info that we already have, and it doesn't really prove her outlandish claims. Plus, throwing petty insults throughout the whole fucking video. Man, just look at that like to dislike ratio on that video. Oof. Let's read some of those comments then, shall we?
Frosted Angel says,
I love how you expect everyone to believe you with the lack of proof on your side, LMAO. The proof of you being an unprofessional petty brat is out there, and you've only dug yourself a deeper hole with your actions. Yikes! Try again once you have actual proof.
McKenna said, yikes. Just take down the thumbnails and banner, stop milking this situation and take responsibility.
Literally Diamond said, ugh, you're so annoying. Just take down your thumbnails and profile picture. You're literally so toxic and unprofessional.
Flair says, there are literally only like 2 or 3 screenshots. Nothing you say here proves your claims to be real since there's minimal evidence. Honestly, everything you say really makes you look worse, and even having ads and monetizing out of the situation is low.
Gucci says, it's a shame the next content cap won't be on this Leafy wannabe. You're delusional, LMAO.
Rosie Scribbles said, look, I'm sorry, but you're not being professional. You need to take down the art of the artists. You need more proof. People will not begin to believe you seeing how this video is set up.
Cinequin says, I'm sorry, but if you're going to say someone is fabricating lies, you need to provide proof of that, or in turn, you could be the one fabricating. Just saying. Like, give me one reason to believe you're not just lying right now. I always look to wait until both sides of the story, and I did, but if this is all that you have to say in your defense, I am much more inclined to believe the other side, where there is actual proof of their statements.
That one Freaku Draw said, as a fan, I'm really disappointed in you. You seem like such a nice and professional person. Again, really upset.
Sad face.
Thank you to my friends who read these comments. Links to their channels and their social medias will be in the description. See, madam, that's how you properly credit people. You can learn a thing or two. Just believe in yourself. Here are my thoughts on the whole situation. Madam is completely in the wrong, but Slimers is not void of making the mistake of leaving that comment and not DMing Madam. But it does not warrant the reaction Madam gave. Madam blew everything out of proportion, and the only excuse is her own immaturity. I don't know if it's a thing in the Leafy fan community to act openly toxic, because I didn't commentate during that time. But if that's the case, we can see it here. Slimers, if you ever need to talk or want to work with someone who appreciates you, or hell, even if you need a fucking friend. I don't have an Instagram, because with me trying to make an Instagram while all this was going down, and Instagram being fucky, I can't make one. So I follow Nani and you on Twitter, so either of you can DM me and I'll give you my Discord tag. Madam, I unfriended you on Discord, so don't even fucking try. You didn't provide any proof and basically just slandered Slimers and tried to blame them for your own fucking bad behavior and mistakes. You're the one who forgot to credit and cried over one fucking comment. And then you tried to dox them. You're lucky that Slimers is nice enough not to leak your shit. And you know something, madam? Doxing is an illegal offense where you live. And even if it's just attempted, it can put you in prison for up to a year. It'd be counted as a felony or a misdemeanor charge. And I'm sure Slimers could report it. Having your number as well, they could use the area code to do that. But I think they are too nice for that. But if they do choose to do it, I will wholeheartedly support them. Also, you should always credit artists. You see this art up here on the screen? I commissioned it from an artist called Skittles Juice on Twitter for one of my videos about Enter the Gungeon on my main channel, where I gave credit in the description even though I paid them. It is extremely important to credit. You didn't even pay Slimers. You basically scammed them by taking away the thing you said you were going to pay them with. Madam, you crossed the line on quite a number of times in this situation, as well as acting supremely immature. I admire your work against Onion Boy, but it's so sad to see you fall from grace and steal art, and then try to dox a 15-year-old. You have no right to be called a madam. You have no class at all. Alright guys, so this is a thing, this is unscripted, because something happened while I was recording this video. Madam is apparently gone. This is what they said on their Discord. Hello, due to some unusual circumstances, I am being forced to delete my social media under the Madam alias. I also have to figure out some stuff IRL. I won't have a home, I'll be on the streets and hopefully with a friend, but I am leaning more towards the streets. I have no access to a phone or internet, and I am never being allowed to come back on the internet under the Madam alias for legal or serious reasons. With that being said, it was a good run and I apologize for the inconvenience if you're invested in my community or something like that. Thanks for the memories. At Mug, I apologize again. If one thing will live on, it will be haunting apologies. You have nothing to do with it above. I just want the apology to befall you as I'm gone. Now, what I'm thinking this is that recently an actor, I believe in Britain, died whose title was Madam. So maybe that might have some legal standing. But honestly, I don't buy it. I'm not trying to be rude or anything. I just don't fucking buy it. Like, again, this is unscripted stone here. So I'm sorry if I stutter. But I have a bad stutter sometimes. But I don't believe this. The timing is just too perfect. Like, she could easily just change her name to Madam X, like one of her tags. But no, she can't do that apparently. And homelessness? I can't believe that either. Not because it's like unusual circumstances, yeah, but she has a Patreon that gave her a shit ton of money. Hell, I pledged to it when the Onision shit was going down. I discarded it because I couldn't afford it anymore, but still pledged to it, and she was getting a shit ton of money. She even says so in one of her videos to go sue Onision, which she was supposedly supposed to go in a couple days. But I honestly don't know if that's actually the case. She might have run off with the money. That's just my assumption. It's not legally binding. It's not fact. I can't prove it as fact. It's just my assumption, knowing her personality. She could have run off with the money. She might try to come back as a new alias, but I don't think so. She's made her money, and now that people are against her, she might actually have problems, and she might not want to come back. That I do understand. Like, I understand it. Like, I had a group of people, like, back in middle school who made a Facebook page dedicated to me killing myself. But that's why I rarely use Facebook anymore. But this just doesn't seem kosher. Like, her Patreon is still up. Her Instagram is still up. Both ones. Her personal and normal Instagram are still up. Nothing has been updated, but it's still up. Her shop is still up. And her YouTube channel is still up. Even though she could easily change the name on each of those. But that's just me. I can't tell you what to say or believe. This is just my theory. I doubt this is real. I think she might just be taking the money and run. But that's just me. It's not legal fact. I can't cause it to be fact. So that's just my assumption. So please do not sue me for this. It's just what I think. Well, she can't really sue me if she doesn't really have internet or anything, so meh. So that's my opinion. Take it or leave it. Unscripted Stone's gonna leave now. I have to go edit this video. It's like 2:17 in the morning. But back to the video. Well, everyone, that's going to end this video. Go check out Nani and Slimers in the description. Don't forget to check out everyone who voiced comments. So, until next time.